Hi, this is Big J, and I'm going to talk about tablature versus regular standard notation. Seems to come up an awful lot looking at some of the videos in genres and instructional videos similar to ones that I'm doing, and I've been researching those to see what's available out there. There's an argument that goes something like this. Tablature gets a bad rap. It needs more respect. You can learn a lot from it. People are always looking for tablature transcriptions or even classical pieces written in tablature. And then the traditional music people will say it's not available on tablature. Tablature is a joke. It's not as flexible enough. You can't notate all the things you need to notate in music, and you can't understand music theory as well, etc., etc. And I don't mean any disrespect to the tablature people. I'm not saying they're not serious musicians. I know they are. But I have to agree with the second side, and I think it's a silly argument to begin with. And the reason I think it's a silly argument is that once you know both, there's no question that standard notation is much more of an advantage for many reasons over tablature. It is more flexible. There's a lot more stuff available for it. It's the standard way of notating. It's like not speaking English in the United States. You could probably get by without it, but if you knew it, you wouldn't question that it's the proper, not proper, but it's the most advantageous thing to do, and the standard way of getting along. And whole worlds will open up for you. Now, but the reason I think it's also a silly argument is because it's not like this is a career choice that you have to make between tablature and standard notation. Standard notation is really not that hard to learn, and if you dedicate a few weeks to woodshedding standard notation on guitar, if you know how to play guitar already, you can pick up enough to help you to learn how to read pieces. And then open up a lot of doors, and then as you keep going, you learn more and more. It's not that hard to learn. It's not rocket science. It doesn't take years and years. It takes years and years to be able to sight read very, very well, but that's not everybody's goal, and it's really not that necessary for most people anyway, even professionals, to be able to sight read that well. Even sight reading, learning to sight read well doesn't take forever. So that's the main point I want to get across. If you are a tablature aficionado, if you want to defend tablature or whatever, you can just spend a few weeks to start learning standard notation, and then you have them do both. Once I started I never learned tablature, and I never had a problem with learning any rock guitar solo, even if they were written in standard notation or not in standard notation. Most of those I learned just from ear, from picking them up from the tapes, which is how you want to learn this stuff anyway. It's very hard to notate some rock and roll guitar anyway, and you'll see that a lot of doors will open up for you, and you don't have to take my word for it. You just go and do it, and if you take music theory, you'll see. So that's what I have to say about tablature versus standard notation. Bye. Thanks for watching.